Hello there, everyone. I hope you're having a good weekend. I'm having a wonderful weekend, and I thought about you, so I wanted to touch base. My name is Deborah Lassiter, and I'm the founder of DCL Ministries, the author of Beyond, the Face of the Movies, and soon to be coming out, The Women God Used. I am excited about this book. It's going to challenge you. It's going to unearth some things in you. Perhaps you're suffering from depression. Perhaps you're suffering from some mental illness or addiction. Or perhaps you're suffering from financial difficulties. Maybe you continue to find yourself around the wrong types of people. Maybe you were born into the wrong family as what you would think. Maybe you're a widow and you've lost your spouse. And you struggle with the emotions of just getting the balance back. It takes a long time to get balance back. Well, the Women God Used is going to address a lot of that. It's going to address what we feel like as children. It's going to address what we can go through as a senior. For my belief is a lot of times no one helps us to get older. No one guides us or trains us on what it is to start to look older and to age and to not feel good or attractive any longer. We're going to address these things that women seem to have. But I want you to know that this book is for all people. It really is for all ages, all sizes, all nationalities. It's for God's people. I know it's titled The Women God Used, but I really want you to check it out. It's coming soon, and I will let you know its release date. But I am excited, so look out for it. Well, last week we talked about heart posture, so I want to continue that trek. I want to continue this journey with you because everything I do is about the heart posture. The Women God Used is about my heart posture and what God is changing and reshaping in my heart so that I could produce a book that would even interest you. My radio show, my Christian radio show called Dovetails, is about the heart posture. It's about your journey as well as my own. And what was your heart posture as you went through the adversity? What's the heart posture that you take on when you're going through financial difficulty? What is your heart posture when you don't like a person, but yet you're still talking with them and acting as if you're friends? What is your heart posture? And so we are going to continue that journey today. Everything that I do, again, is really about that. And so we're always going to steer and we're always going to work from that within my posts. I want to lean on today the book of Proverbs. Proverbs has always helped me because it's a book of guidance, it's a book of wisdom, it's a book of instruction. And I know that Solomon, his life was one of great wealth. He is the son of David, King David, and King David is the promise that's through Abraham for God's people, that God promises to birth and to continue this covenant through a child of or lineage of David. So this is what's so gorgeous because we have Solomon, he's the son of David, and in his ruling of the nations, he ends up praying to the Lord and saying, I want to be able to govern your people better. He offers up this sincere prayer about serving God's people. Now, I take a look at this book of Proverbs because Proverbs 23:7 says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. And I wanted to focus on Solomon because what was his heart posture when he offered up such a gorgeous prayer? Now, I'd like to challenge many of you out there because what if God came to you and said, what would you want? I can grant it. I can give it to you. I like to think that we would say we want world peace. I'd like to say that we would like to do something extraordinary to help the homeless. I'd like to think that we would want to end cancer. But many times we are quite selfish and a narcissistic, stiff-necked kind of people, and we think of ourselves. But this is why I want to talk and focus on heart posture, because we want to know what Solomon's heart posture was to ask to govern God's people better. He wasn't praying about himself. He knew that wherever God is, it's on the outside of us. It's not in our own selfish request. It's not to have $1 million or $1 trillion. It's not to have 15 homes and 25 cars. It's not to wear clothing that impresses people. Solomon sends up this sincere and genuine and heartfelt prayer that he wants to learn to govern God's people. He wants to make sure that the people know who the Lord is. And that was his heart posture at the time. I think that's why it fascinates me so much. The different faces of people and the journeys that people go through and how they allow God into their lives, how they embrace his word, how they embrace the changes that spur us on to helping people. I really also want to encourage you this weekend to do a random act of kindness, to do something for someone that doesn't benefit you. I would spur you on to do it anonymously if you can. Sometimes we have to work our way through our heart posture. Sometimes we really have to acknowledge that our heart might not always be in the right place, that we have to really think about that. And we'd like to be better people, but the question is, are we better people? I'm for certain through Christ that we can achieve all that God has ordained in our lives. And I want to encourage you with that. So please join me every week. I will post something encouraging, inspiring, motivating for you to grab hold of and to use during the week. And if you so choose, tune into Dovetails. It comes every Sunday, 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Check out my website for the link for the show and to learn more about DCL Ministries. You want to go to www.dclministries.com and drop me a line. Be my friend, and let's change the world together. Until next time, I will see you next week.